Yes. Music theory. Hello, my dear viewers. Welcome to this channel. And today, due to a demand by many people, they have been suggesting that we do an introduction of music theory. I saw it good. Today we start by some introductory of music theory, and I'm going to take you through that. And with the help of the piano, I have a piano here which is SX 700. I'll be taking you through it, and we are going to learn together. So, without wasting of any time, I'll be I'm doing a bit of introduction. So I'll be dwelling on more so chords, how we form chords, where they come from. When we mention things, so some instrumentalists they mention things, but they don't know the root of those terminologies. So I'll be explaining through several lessons, and maybe it's time to get started. So we are going to start by I've told you a chord. We are dwelling on chords. So maybe we can start by defining what is a chord. And in simple terms, a chord is a combination. What is a combination of three notes? So a chord is a combination of three notes. I think we are together up to that point. So maybe for now you are able to define what is a chord. And a chord being a combination of three notes, now we are going straight to know the kind of notes we use in music. So we are going to start by the notes. And the notes, they come from the terminology we all know, which is called a scale. And a scale has seven notes. So we already have those. We already know the definition of a chord, which is a combination of three notes. Then from there, the notes themselves they come from scales, and a scale is made up of seven notes. In which, in many cases, or it is obvious, not in many cases, we name them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So we move from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then we go back to 1. And there is a terminology we use here. We call them do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So the whole of these are notes. Are notes. A note is the same as a scale. So these are scales. So a scale has 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. That is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. For example, if you are in F sharp, maybe you can zoom this side. If you are in F sharp, you're going to. Yeah, those are the notes now. Then from notes, as we started, I told you we are concentrating on chords, and we are continuing to know where the chord comes from. So a chord, we have said it is made up of three notes, and we have known the notes that we have. So a chord, we are going now to identify the three notes which make up a chord. For example, if we have a chord G will have three notes. And which are these notes? The notes will be automatically be 1, 3, then 5. 1, 3, 5. Then we go back to our scales here. So our 1 will be a do, Our 3 will be a mi. Then our 5 will be a so. Are we together? So now you know a chord is made of 3 notes, and the 3 notes are 1, 3, 5. So instead of calling them do, mi, so, you call them 1, 3, 5. Now we go back to our piano. We have said these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And we want a chord. These are, I'm playing it in the key, F sharp. Eh? So if the chord is made up of 3 notes, we are going to take 3 notes. That will be a 1. We skip 2, we go to 3. We skip 4, we go 5. So it will make a whole, the chord will have 1, 3, 5. Are you together? So a chord is made up of 1, 3, 5. Do, mi, and so. That is do, mi, so. Do, mi, so. So a G is made up of 3 notes. Then from there, we are going to look now the notes themselves, the notes in key G. And the notes in key G, I'm going to show you a simpler way, or now you are going to identify the chords without any struggle. So in key G, we have a chords which will be 1 up to 7. The notes, I'm sorry. The notes which will be from 1 to 7. So from G, we are going to A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. I'm going to tell you where the F sharp now comes. So we can circle this so that you can remember. I explained to you where the sharp comes from. Then from there, you go back to G. So it will be automatically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then back to 1. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. So we started by do. This is still a do. Yes, if these are G, these are G. So they should have the same name. If it is do, it is do. We go to re, it will be our 2. We go to mi, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti. Then back to do. That is do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. So instead of now using main terminology, when you are playing, you are saying now, I'm playing G, I'm playing A, I'm playing B. It is simpler. You can use the word, if you are playing, you can use the word 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So a chord 1. The next chord will be 2. So from there, next time I'll be showing you the whole of the chords. And I know through that we're going to learn. Now, where does this F sharp come from? Where does this note now have a F sharp? So I'm going to explain, and listen to this carefully and never forget this. All notes have sharp. A sharp, we write it as a hash. Except B and E. So all notes have a sharp, except E. Even next time when we are talking about chords, when we are talking about chords, even all chords have sharp, except that is B and E. But now we are concentrating on the notes. So all the notes have sharps except E and B, B and A. So not, these are points to note. Even you should write here point to note. Yeah, when you are learning, I used to put a star so that you cannot forget when you are revising back in our high school. So maybe even if you can put a star, make some short notes. Don't just listen. Just make some short notes. So you can put a star. This is a point to note. So now from there, there's a simple terminology we use, which enables us to know now where the F sharp, the note of F sharp comes from. And that terminology, we are going to do, let us just pick these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So from 1 to 2, there's a whole step. What is the meaning of a whole step? A whole step means, I've told you all the notes have a sharp. That means if we are from G, we are going to G sharp. A, there's a sharp. A B, we have said the B doesn't have a sharp. So you go direct to C. Then from C, we are going to C sharp. Then from D, you go to D sharp. Then from E doesn't have a sharp. So we go direct to F. Then from F sharp. Then from F sharp, we're going to G, then back. But that is basically the notes. But now we're concentrating with G, chord G. So from 1 to 2, we have a whole step. That means we are going to skip the G sharp, we go direct to A. Are you getting? A whole step. A whole means you are going to skip the sharp. If a note doesn't have a sharp, you are going direct to the next note. So we're talking about notes. So if a note doesn't have a sharp, we go direct to the next note. So for example, now we are dealing from 1 to 2, this is key G. G. From 1 to 2, there is a whole step. You're going to skip the G sharp. You go direct to A. Then from 2 to 3, you have a whole. Then there's something we call half a step. Half a step means you will not skip the sharp. You are going to maintain the sharp. If there is a sharp, you are not going to skip it. So from 3 to 4 is a still. From 3 to 4 we have a half step. So we are not going to skip anything. Then from there, from 4 to 5, we have a whole step. Then from 5 to 6, we have a whole step. Then from 6 to 7, we have a whole step. Then from 7 to 1, we have a half a step. So if we are moving from G, we're going to skip. This is a G. Then we are going to go direct a whole step. We're going to skip G sharp. We go to A. Then you skip A sharp. We have seen that between 2 and 3 is a whole step. So from 2 to 3, we go direct to, we skip A sharp, we go direct to B. Then we have said from 3 to 4, there will be a half step. So we are going direct to C because a B doesn't have a sharp. So you go direct to C. Are you together? Then from C, there's a whole step. That means we are going to skip the sharp, we go direct to D. Then from there we have a whole step. From D, now we are going to E. Then from E, we have said we are going a whole step. That means if we are moving from E, there is a F and F sharp. This is where our F sharp comes. From E, a E doesn't have a sharp. So you are going to skip F, you go to F sharp. So here, our F sharp, we have proved where it has come from. Then there's an up step, then we go back to, from F sharp, you are not going to skip anything. So from F sharp, you go to G. So you go direct to G. So we have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Da. So we have proved where our F sharp has come from. Yes, I think we are continuing to learn. Then points to note before we conclude. We are coming to the conclusion of our lesson. A G will be our root note. Root note. What is a root note? For example, a tree has roots from the word root. So a root it is where everything starts from. A root it is where everything starts from. If we have a G, our G will be our root note. These are not, so it will be our root note. If we start our scale in B will be our root note. But for our case now, we're going our root note is G. Are we getting? So from there, maybe next time we'll be having I'll be showing you now how we form chords. Then from there, we are going to see the major chords, their minor chords, pentatonic scales. We are going to deal with them. But basically today I saw it good. We start an introductory, and from there we are going to continue. I know you have learned a lot, and maybe before you conclude, remember to subscribe to this channel. Remember to put your like there. Remember even to share to many people. If you have any question, I will put my number there, so you can ask. If you have a suggestion on how you can improve these lessons, you can how we can even put more of the materials you are allowed to do it. So till we meet again.